Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to the Monday, October 17th, Board of School Directors Business Meeting. I'll turn the meeting over to Mr. Copeland.
Good evening. Tonight's board meeting begins with our annual recognition of the district's National Merit Scholars. I'd like to welcome the honorees, their family, and friends with us this evening as we congratulate you on your achievements. There are few school systems in America that can boast a record of student accomplishment comparable to ours, but then, as you all know, there are few school districts and none like Lower Merion. Ladies and gentlemen, a remarkable total of 56 Lower Merion School District seniors have earned recognition through the 2016 National Merit Scholarship Competition. The list includes 20 National Merit semifinalists, 34 commended students, 3 National Hispanic Recognition Program nominees. This is one of the largest National Merit honorees on the East Coast. Congratulations. Of the 21,000 students, high school students who enter, 1.6 million students who enter, 21,000 are awarded. That's about 1% to be National Merit Scholarship finalists, and about 5% are commended. That's a tremendous achievement for these young people. Based on your achievements, you have all qualified for recognition among an elite group of students in our country. On behalf of the entire school community, I want to thank you, salute you, congratulate you for your dedication, hard work, and perseverance. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Scott Weinstein, principal of Harridan High School, to call the names of those here.
Good evening, everyone. Students from both schools, I'd like to congratulate you personally, and families, I'd like to congratulate you also for this accomplishment. I have the honor of announcing the Harridan students and calling you up and giving you a certificate to represent this outstanding academic distinction. As I told you when I met with you at Harridan, congratulations. I'm sure this represents tremendous sacrifices that you've made to get to this point, and I hope that more than the certificate, these sacrifices that you made and the values you've learned from all of this hard work serve you well as you move forward to serve. So when I call your name, please come up and take your certificate. And let's start with Joyce Gu. Congratulations, Joyce. Mason Jiang. Kedar Kurhadkar. Hunter Sporn. Maya Cohen. Drew Dannenbaum. Eitan Ginsberg. Sonia Groneveld. Noah Carpel. Catherine Kaufman. Eric Littman. Catherine Liu. Juliet Milani. Mia Rossini. Harry Stein. Congratulations. Duncan Urquhart. Kyle Weber. Congratulations, Kyle. Theodore Yuan. Chloe New. Drew Dannenbaum. I just wanted to make sure everything was good. You got it? Okay. I want to. That concludes the Harriton certificates. I want to congratulate you all. You certainly represented yourselves really well. By extension, you represented our school community really well. Proud of you and thank you. Congratulations.
Good evening, everybody, and happy Monday. My name is Sean Hughes, principal at Lower Merion High School. And as Mr. Copeland and Mr. Weinstein so elegantly commented, children, students, this is an excellent achievement in your academic careers, and I'm honored to be able to recognize your accomplishments. You students, you should know how proud this distinction as it shows that you have exceptional academic potential. I know that your teachers, administrators at both high schools are very proud of you. We're proud that you've committed yourself to a strong work ethic and a passion for learning and achieving goals you have set for yourself. Though I'm sure you realize that achievements such as this one are made possible through support of many people. Yes, the final effort and achievement, of course, are yours, but be humble and thank all of those who have guided you in this educational journey. I always say this to our students at LM all the time, it would be of good character for you to thank your parents, your teachers, and the others who have helped you prepare so well and to perform so well. So they take great pride in your accomplishments just like you do. So again, please accept my congratulations and good wishes. And if I call the students from LM, please come forward to receive a certificate. So first, SN Doldal, please come forward. Mariko Kishimoto. Robert Noon. Joshua Wren. Good job, buddy. Congratulations. Katie Dye. William Dwyer. As he goes by Henry. Good job, man. Thanks, Anil Yogosh. Great Gabriel Krakow. Okay, now we're going to do something really technical. We're going to stand for a group photo. Doug, would you like them on stage? All right, stay on stage. Parents, you may join Doug as soon as he gets the original picture, and you may take pictures yourselves. There you go, first command. Let the parents stand up and take shots in that. If any parents want to go ahead and stand up and take a shot, go ahead. Students, keep the smile. You'll be home for homework soon, I promise you. All right, here we go. Last shot. All right. We good. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Now, you know there's still a board meeting, but on the chance that you want to leave, I guess it's over. Take us about 5 minutes to get things set.
Welcome again to the Monday, October 17th, 2016 regular business board meeting of the Board of School Directors. At this time, we will take audience recognition on agenda items only. If you are interested in providing public comment, please sign in with Ms. LaPera, and there is a 3-minute time limit to speak. And if you could let us know your name and approximately where you reside in the district.
Good evening. I would also like to congratulate the seniors who were the National Merit Scholars who were honored tonight. That's a fantastic achievement, and I lend my support to all of them. There's a passage in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 21, which reads, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will also be." A look at the spending of the Lower Merion School District tells
Can you give us your name and where you reside before you?
Stephen Gleason, Rosemont, Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Thank you. A look at the spending for the Lower Merion School District tells the community a lot about your priorities. And believe me, your priorities are not the education of our children. During the 12-month period from November 2015 through October 2016, including tonight, you will have spent $820,834 in legal fees to the Whistler Pearl Stein law firm. That's right, over $820,000 just to Whistler Pearl Stein and more to other law firms. This does not include the fees, which could easily approach $1 million, that you will pay to Drinker Biddle to defend your illegal budgeting and fraudulent money transfers. While you attack and appeal, you run up legal fees at an alarming rate, all funded by the taxpayers and residents of Lower Merion and Narberth. You should be ashamed that this is your priority. Based on the average hourly billing rate of $170 per hour, Whistler Pearlstein is spending 4,828 hours per year on LMSD matters. Based on an average of 2,080 hours per year, this means that 2.3 Whistler Pearlstein lawyers are working exclusively on Lower Merion School District matters. This is both unbelievable and outrageous, and leads to the following questions. By the way, these are actual questions, not rhetorical ones. Since I know that you will not answer the questions now, I will email them to the board secretary this evening and would insist that the answers be posted on your website in accordance with your stated policy. Number one, when was the last time that LMSD solicited proposals from other law firms to serve as solicitor? Two, how much has the district paid Whistler Pearlstein during their tenure as solicitor? Three, does Whistler Pearlstein present a budget for its annual fees, and does that approach the $820,000 spent the last year? Four, why was Ken Roos, the solicitor to Lower Merion, who oversees $820,000 in legal work, absent from the courtroom during the afternoon testimony of Victor Orlando before Judge Smythe on June 14th? Was the hearing going so well that Mr. Roos felt he didn't need to attend the afternoon session? In fact, shouldn't members of the board and administration have been there as well? Finally, I was assured by Doug Young, who I have always known to be a very honest and forthright person, that the decision and order of Judge Joseph Smythe would be posted on the district's website no later than September 13th. Since it has not been posted, I can only assume that someone on the administration or board has forbidden Mr. Young from posting that. Since the district has reneged on their promise to post the order, the ruling can be found at www.lmsd.info. Please show some transparency and respect for the citizens of the district by posting the decision on the website immediately. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
My name is Nancy Smith, and I reside in Bryn Mawr. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak this evening. Boy, do I wish I had a slush fund a fraction of the size of yours. What is it, $3.6 million? With that, I could pay for repairs on my crumbling old house. Instead, I'm one of those older adults who are being driven out of their homes due to the horrific increases in taxes in Lower Merion. I pay $16,000 a year in school taxes on a fixed income for my 6-bedroom house. Did it ever occur to you that when I vacated, if I can even sell it, many in my neighborhood are not selling, the new owners will have kids, and they will add to your already overpopulated schools, unless you are lucky and they elect to go to private schools. Of course, if potential buyers do their homework and want the best schools for their kids, they will go to nearby Radnor or Easttown Tredyffrin instead of Lower Merion. The Lower Merion schools have a lower state and national standing than do others in districts where the taxes are less and the spending per student is less. So maybe you think the older adult population is expendable, but keep in mind we also contribute to the school district without taking anything from it. When we exit in big numbers, we're all baby boomers, we open the schools to increasing numbers of students. While we are here, I like to think we add continuity and diversity to our neighborhoods and maybe contribute to the education of its children in some small way. We saved for our retirement but had no idea that our school taxes were going to increase by such enormous increments every year after we retired. You people must live in the district. Have you ever thought about what these increases will do when you are on a fixed income yourselves? Or maybe you'll be lucky enough to have a nice pension like the teachers have. If not, at these rates, do you expect that you'll be able to stay in your home after you retire? I get it that you want the best for the students in the schools. However, it doesn't appear that quality education is where the money is going. Sushi at the tune of $50,000? Really? My daughter and her husband, both products of the Lower Merion School District, elected to buy their first home in Easttown Tredyffrin. By doing that, they got schools with higher ratings, a lower tax rate, plus more land and newer construction. LM is currently offering higher taxes, smaller properties with older houses in need of work for an inferior school district. To them, it was a no-brainer to live in ET. And before you take credit for all the accomplishments of the kids in the Lower Merion District, does it ever occur to anyone that the kids in LM are smart and successful in school, at least partly because they have smart parents and are therefore genetically predisposed to a certain level of intelligence? Besides that, the parents in LM read to their children, expose their children to music classes, classes at the zoo, local colleges, and elsewhere. They take trips to the Art Museum, the Natural History, Please Touch Museum, and on and on. I'm thankful to Mr. Wolk for bringing this frivolity to the attention of the taxpayers in Lower Merion and for helping us to say, we have had enough. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
That's all I have.
Thank you. We will move to the approval of minutes from the following Board of School Directors meetings: September 19th, regular business board meeting; October 10th, Education Committee and supplementary regular board meeting, and accept the following committee meeting minutes: September 21st, Communications; October 5th, Curriculum; October 13th, Facilities and Purchasing; and October 17th, the Policy Committee. Are there questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
There a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Copeland?
Thank you. Good evening again. In recent years, the district has moved forward with a number of initiatives designed to enhance student safety in various school environments. This has included the implementation of new protocols for school visitors, construction of designated school entrances, expanded use of security cameras, and fencing and preparedness training for staff and students. As referenced in recent communications, beginning with the 2016-2017 school year, the district will install security cameras on the majority of school buses. As older buses are replaced over the next few years, all buses will eventually be similarly equipped. These cameras have proven to be an effective tool for districts nationwide seeking to deter misconduct on buses and can provide critical information in situations where disciplinary action may be considered. The Board of School Directors recently approved an amendment to the district's student transportation policy that establishes parameters for the implementation and use of the security cameras and related audio-video recording on the buses, which is on our website. The district's Department of the district's Department of Student Services and Interschool Council have organized a series of informational events and programs covering many important health-related topics through the 2016-2017 school year. We sincerely hope that the community takes advantage. They're listed on our website. Look forward to having that roll out. The first two events of the fall are scheduled in the coming weeks. On Tuesday, October 18th, the Lower Merion School District nursing staff will host Common Issues of Elementary Age Children beginning at 7 p.m. at Gladwin Elementary School. Topics will include pertussis, head lice, strep throat, food allergies, and more. The next event, What Every Parent Needs to Know About Drugs in Teens, will take place on Wednesday, October 26th at 7 p.m. at Lower Merion High School. Please look at the full list of events you can see throughout the years, and we encourage you, no matter where they're held, we try to spread them throughout the district, that you take advantage of those. Just some brief alumni news from Harridan. Rebecca Brown, Harridan High School graduate 1996, was recently featured on an episode of ABC's Shark Tank to pitch her product, the Soulmates, which is an accessory that prevents, this is important, high heels from sinking into the grass while also protecting the shoe from damage.
That is important.
I'll just skip down to the next one. From Lower Merion High School, film producer Mike Jackson, LMH class of 99, who founded the film company Get Lifted with business partner and Grammy Award-winning artist John Legend, is the executive producer of the new critically acclaimed film South Side with You, which depicts the fateful real-life first date between future U.S. President Barack Obama and Michelle Robinson in the summer of 1989. The district and the Lower Merion Police Department have partnered to take a stand against the national opiate epidemic that is plaguing our country. This Saturday, October 22nd, Lmsd and LMPD are asking community members to clean out their cabinets of any expired or unused medicine and prescription drugs and dispose of them with the Lower Merion Police Department. The event will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information, please visit www.dea.gov, and that concludes our highlights.
Great.
Section 7, Human Resources. The administration recommends that the Board of School Directors approves the attached human resources actions HR 1 through HR 7.
Are there questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
There's second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We will now have the report of the Curriculum Committee by Ms. Robinson on behalf of Dr. Gilbert. Ms. Robinson?
Thank you, Dr. Van Lynch. The board met on, let me see, Curriculum Committee meeting of the board for October 5th, 2016. The board has requested monthly updates on the strategic planning process and implementation through CCOB. This presentation was repeated at the October 10th education meeting, which was videotaped and is on our website, and the PowerPoint presentation can be found on board docs on our website. So I'm going to skip over part of the discussion of what we covered. After that, we received an update on the 2016 summer programs held by the school district. Number 1 was SPIES, a pre-K program through 5, which had 287 participants, 6 weeks bridge program for students who need additional assistance with reading, writing, or mathematics at the elementary level. This year, SPIES had the opportunity to embed additional programs into SPIES, the extended school year, and ELL Academy. Number 2, Yes Academy, had 45 students in 7th and 8th grade. The Youth Experiencing Success Academy is designed to enhance awareness, knowledge, and the appreciation of the curriculum through hands-on experience while reinforcing basic skills, study skills, organizational strategies, and test-taking strategies. The theme this summer was CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. We also added an ESL teacher who worked with the ESL students. 3 is summer school. We had 179 participants in grades 8 through 12 for advanced credit and a credit recovery. We had an 8th through 9th grade bridge program involving 60 students in grade 9 across both high schools. It's a bridge program to help incoming freshmen make a successful transition to high school. We had a 5, we had 20 students from grade 8 through 12 in a writer's workshop, offering students the opportunity to do the kinds of writing that they might not get during the school year in their English courses. 6, we had a smart reading literacy program for 24 9th grade students to have summer reading tutorial to improve literacy skills. We had a STEM Jumpstart program. This is another new program for 4 students in the 10th grade, piloted to increase and support the number of rising 10th graders entering advanced math and science courses who are on the cusp of joining these courses. We will be attempting to increase the number of students for the next year. We had a math bridge program to pre-algebra, which 42 students participated in grade 6. It's designed to support grade 5 students who qualify to take pre-algebra in grade 6. We had an ESL Summer Academy involving 34 students from all levels of school. This is a new program to serve ESL students who are entering or emerging level of English language acquisition. The board members indicated an interest in having these programs go through a more thorough and substantial evaluation process at some point in the future. And then we discussed the IB program resources. Due to a curricular change, we had additional materials that needed to be purchased. The administration is recommending $14,450 for curriculum resources related to the History of the Americas course. The committee approved moving the request to the Facilities and Purchasing Committee. The next meeting of the Curriculum Committee of the Board will be on Wednesday, November 9th at 8:30 a.m. in the boardroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you. As a result, I'd like to take items under Educational Services, B through D, in one motion. The administration, under B, recommends that the Board of School Directors approves the attached overnight trips. Further, the administration recommends that the Board of School Directors approves the attached quote from Oxford University Press for IB history resources in the sum of $14,450. And finally, the administration recommends that the Board of School Directors approves the attached contract from McGraw-Hill Education for the ALEX 6 through 12, 9 months, 40 weeks subscription in the amount of $8,750 for the 2016-2017 school year.
Are there questions? Please, Mr. Bonaventure.
Yeah, thank you. A question about the trips. When there is a cost to the district for a trip, what is the process by which that money is approved, and does it come out of the building level budget? Where does that money come from?
If it's from the district, it's most often the building level budget, but not always. Depends on the trip.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the Ballackinwood Middle School trip to Boston for Model UN.
I'm not sure. Dr. Eveslag, are you aware of which one what code that comes out of?
It would come out of the building activities fund.
Okay, so that the principal's got the big picture in mind when he approves that?
Correct.
Any additional questions? Is there a motion to approve? So moved. There's second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Under Student Services, again, items A through C, I would like to take in one motion. The administration recommends that the Board of School Directors approves the Educational Services Agreements SS1 through SS5. And C, the administration recommends that the Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Abington Speech Pathology Services Incorporated for speech therapists at the rate of $82 an hour.
There are questions? Please.
Yeah, I only see 3 dropped into the agenda.
On B.
On A.
Flip over.
It says SS1 through SS3. 4 and
SS5.
4 and 5 are educated. Oh, all right, so you have 2 separate, A and B are both educational service agreements? They're separated out as 2 separate ones? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it looks like same area, but A and B. Same topic, though. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Any additional questions? Okay, is there a motion to approve? So moved. There's second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Orlando? You doing sleep? Sorry. Mr. Driscoll, we will now have the report of the Facilities and Purchasing Committee. I'm skipping ahead.
That's right.
From Mr. Driscoll. Thank you. My apologies.
Thank you, Dr. Van Lynch. The Facilities and Purchasing Committee meeting was held this past Thursday, October 13th at 8:30, and we began with reviewing and recommending for approval a list of bills. We then moved on to 3 district contracts that have been discussed previously. The one with Abington Speech Pathology Services, a renewal contract for that group to provide speech, physical therapy, and occupational therapy on an hourly basis as needed. We then reviewed the contracts for the Oxford University Press for $14,450. As commented earlier, the IB program curriculum changed, and I think in the history regime, necessitating the purchase of these new textbooks. And then we reviewed the McGraw-Hill education contract for $8,750. This was to purchase a software program to provide math support. We then reviewed and recommended for approval 2 individual work orders with Chester Valley Engineers. The first is for a not to exceed amount of $22,600 for Chester Valley to conduct additional surveying on the Ballackinwood Middle School site, as well as the field across the street at Amherst, called Amherst Field, excuse me. The second contract is for a not to exceed amount of $10,200 to do additional stormwater analysis and zoning review. We then reviewed and recommended for approval a contract with ELA Sport for a not to exceed amount of $20,000 regarding the Arnold Field synthetic turf. The artificial turf is approximately 9 years old and nearing the end of its useful life. ELA Sport will analyze the current conditions under the existing turf, draft plans for new turf installation, review proposals from turf providers, and assist in draft proposals and reviewing bids and assist with construction management. We anticipate the replacing of the turf to occur during the summer of 2017. We then reviewed and recommended for approval various change orders for the modular construction at Penn Wynne. The total amount of the change orders is an increase of $17,986.66. The change orders include increases for PA speakers and wires, adding heating elements for the indoor sprinkler system, additional data cables, additional work for fire alarm warning system, some sidewalk repair near the main entrance of the building facing Suffolk, and decreases for removing the unneeded fencing and for the district taking on the work of installing door hardware itself. We then reviewed and recommended for approval rescinding our submission last month of change orders to PD under Plan Con I. As the work has been completed or otherwise out of scope with PD's interpretation of approvable work under Plan Con I, we can directly approve the change orders without PD approval through the Plan Con I process. We then moved on to informational updates where Reynolds Construction gave us updates on Welsh Valley Middle School. With the above change orders just discussed, we should be closing out Welsh Valley very soon. We then discussed construction over at the DAO. The science labs opened in September for student use, and now we have continuing work going on during second shift that should wrap up in November. This would be for regular classrooms as we need them in the future due to enrollment growth. We also did discuss temporary classrooms at Penn Wynne, the change orders as above, and we also did some realignment of gates and pathways for students to gain access to the field. We then had a facilities projects update from Pat Gannan, where we discussed the large projects such as asphalt repair at Kinwood and Welsh Valley, roof coating at Gladwin, upgrade the gymnasium lighting at Gladwin, Penn Valley, Penn Wynne, sidewalk installation at Penn Wynne, and dividing converting rooms into additional class space at Welsh Valley, Belmont Hills, and Gladwin. There are other projects underway or being considered in the future, such as changes to Arnold Field, replacing boilers at Bala Kinwood, additional signage around certain schools such as Penn Valley, Penn Wynne, and Harriton, and additional gymnasium lighting upgrades at BC. The next Facilities and Purchasing Committee meeting will be on November 17th at 8:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Driscoll. We'll now have the report or the business office and finance from Mr. Orlando.
Yes. Under the business office and finance section, items B through H, I will take them in one motion unless a board member would like me to separate any particular motion. Seeing that there are none, the administration recommends that the Board of School Directors approve the following motions. Approve the list of bills, approve the financial report for September 2016, receipt of the first quarter student activity reports, accept with pleasure pursuant to policy 702, $2,000 gift from the Penn Wynne Home and School Association for the purchase of additional computers for the school. We thank the HSA for that donation. Approve the engagement letter with PFM to act as our financial advisor for the school district. Approve the attached agreement with the Communication Solutions Group, Inc. to provide strategic communication services on an as-needed basis at a rate of $170 per hour. This contract was a late inclusion, and it was not discussed at the last Facilities and Purchasing meeting. And the final one is declare surplus equipment as surplus property as per the attachments.
There are questions? Dr. O'Leary, please.
Can you just, with the contract that the Communication Solutions, there were a couple groups interviewed, correct, as part of the process?
Other questions? Does that answer your question, Dr. O'Leary? Good? All right. Is there a motion to approve? There a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And just want to acknowledge Penn Wynne's generous donation from the Home and School of new computers for $2,000. We accept that with great gratitude.
Under the Facilities and Operations, there's 4 action items, A through D. As Mr. Driscoll, these were discussed in detail at the Facilities and Purchasing Committee. So I will take them in one motion unless a board member would like me to separate any particular motion. Seeing that there are none, the administration recommends the Board of School Directors approve the following motions. Approve the amendment to the independent work order for additional surveying services with Chester Valley Engineering for not to exceed a fee of $22,600, bringing the total value of the independent work order to $41,600. Approve the amendment to the independent work order for additional zoning and land development analysis with Chester Valley Engineering for not to exceed fee of $2,800, bringing the total value of the independent work order to $10,200. Approve the proposal from LEA Sport for replacement of the synthetic turf field at Lower Marion High School for not to exceed fee of $20,000. Approve the following change orders at the modular classroom project for Penn 1 Elementary. That is with mobile lease modular space, and the administration recommends the Board of School Directors rescinds the board's conditional approval of the following change orders and approves the change in the form presented. They are for additions and alterations at Walsh Valley Middle School. That is for general construction, Gordon Beaver Inc., and the general construction with also MBR Services Inc. for change orders 01-023R and 03-04R.
There are questions? Is there a motion to approve? So moved. There a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We will now have the report of the Policy Committee by Ms. Robinson.
Thank you. The Policy Committee met this morning in the boardroom. We discussed Policy 244. This is too it's making noise. 244, educational research by outside research entities. This suspended policy in AR has been revised to set forth a more rigorous screening process involving a research review panel. It was brought back from September and is in a second reading. We discussed policy in AR 104, which is Equal Opportunity Program for Employment, Gender Expansive and Transgender Employees, ensuring equity and non-discrimination. This policy in AR confirms the district's position as it relates to gender identity and expression, as well as to provide guidelines for ensuring equity and non-discrimination for all employees and applicants. Then we discussed policy in AR 261, anti-hazing. This policy and AR are required by recent anti-hazing legislation. Those three policies are up for a second reading this month. Policy in AR, educational research, policy in AR 104, Equal Opportunity Program for Employment, and policy in AR 261, anti-hazing. Then we discussed policy in AR for first reading, private coaching and training of students by district athletic coaches. This is a policy and administrative regulation developed in response to a concern raised regarding real and or perceived conflicts of interest. They generally state that private coaching or training are permitted by the district given certain circumstances involving non-discrimination against players based on their participation in the club or private coaching. At that point, we ran out of time, and we will reconvene next month on November 11th in the District Administration Building. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. The following policies were reviewed for second reading. Policy 104, Equal Opportunity Employment, Policy 244, Educational Research, and Policy 261, Anti-Hazing. Are there questions? Is there a motion to approve? So move. There's a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We will now have the report of the Communications Committee by Ms. Ackman.
The Communications Committee, I'm sorry, I forget the exact date where we met, but we had discussion in depth about recent events. We had highlights about the new form that had been circulated to parents in the community to sign up to volunteer in schools. That had been very successfully communicated, and we were not having problems with it. We also had a very successful outreach to the community regarding information needed for the directories, and that turnaround was done very quickly. We also had some discussion about communications related to some of our legal issues and ensuring that the public received updated information in a regular way. And the next meeting is Wednesday morning at 8:30.
Thank you, Ms. Ackman. We will now have audience recognition on agenda or non-agenda items. Again, if you're interested in speaking before the board in public, please sign up with Ms. LaPera. A 3-minute time limit, and you could let us know your name and where you reside in the district. Do we have anyone listed, Ms. LaPera?
No, we do not.
All right.
Wait, somebody's coming down now.
Oh.
Okay. Good evening, Board of Directors and Superintendents. My name is Matthew Maruka. I reside in Narberth, Pennsylvania. I'm 17 years old, and I'm currently a senior at Harrington High School. I was abroad in Bosnia and Herzegovina for the entire year last year on a government-sponsored exchange program. Anyway, I'm here tonight to talk about an issue that's very close to me in regards to the health and safety of the student body and staff in our district. Essentially, I've become aware through a significant amount of personal study that a large number of technologies, specific technologies that we're using in our schools are proven by significant amounts of scientific evidence to pose substantial threats to human health, including staff and students and all other faculty. So essentially, I became aware of these matters a few years ago when I was suffering from a number of health issues, including migraines, severe allergies, stress, sleep issues, and anxiety and symptoms of depression. So I began to look a little bit deeper into the issue, and I found that, after trying various drugs and going to conventional doctors, alternative doctors, trying different diets and exercise regimens, I found that I dug into the scientific literature myself, and I found that there's a significant amount of data today that is published in literature that is not currently applied in practical usage. This is for a number of reasons which are up for interpretation, but essentially there's no bridge currently between when a topic is researched and its practical applications. Among these technologies are the fluorescent lighting used in schools, the wireless infrastructure, including Wi-Fi, and particularly the computers which use these Wi-Fi and emit significant amounts of the blue light frequencies, which are proven to disrupt melatonin. I took significant measures to mitigate these things and to do other things to make up for the effects for myself, but coming back to school, I see, after being gone, how significantly students are stressed and sleep deprived. I talked to Mr. Lorenz, Ted Lorenz, who is a member of this board, who's my best friend's father, and he suggested that I have a special point, something that the board could take an action towards. And there are free softwares that can be put on the computer screens, at least to mitigate the effects of the light that affects sleep, and as a result, all the health consequences that come along with affected sleep, including impaired learning, impaired focus, impaired memory. But some of the other issues are much bigger and definitely worth consideration. I'm certainly no expert. I'm just a citizen scientist, so to speak, just looking at what's out there. And yeah, there's a significant amount that isn't talked about that needs much further discussion. So obviously these are issues that can't be acted on very quickly, but they're things that definitely deserve consideration in future delegations. You know, the effects of the environmentally friendly technologies might be greater on our students and human health than the potentially less significant benefits to the environment. So thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Good evening. I'm Stephen Gleason from Rosemont. I just wanted to follow up on the communications report that Ms. Ackman gave. And specifically, I had a few questions that I'd appreciate being answered. The first question is whether the Communications Committee has discussed whether or not the decision of Judge Smythe in Wolk versus Lower Merion School District will be posted on the Lmsb website as has been requested and promised by citizens in the past. My next question has to do with whether those who have views that are in opposition to the views of the district with respect to Wolk versus Lower Merion School District will be given equal time or the opportunity to communicate to all taxpayers and residents of the district via either the district's website or a letter that would be mailed to all residents in the township giving these alternative views. Asked another way, could we have the mailing list for all residents so that the views of those who oppose the district could also be communicated to the public? And my final question is whether or not the Communications Solutions Group is being hired to consult to the district with respect to Wolk versus Lower Merion School District. I was surprised that none of the directors had questions about hiring a communications consultant since it wasn't with the prior contracts, and I just would like some more explanation on what they're going to be doing. Thanks very much.
Thank you for your questions. We will now have the Sunshine Act report from Mr. Roos.
Thank you. Executive sessions were held on September 26th and tonight, October 17th, to discuss in litigation, the taxpayer litigation specifically. And additionally, there was an executive session last week, October 10th, to discuss personnel and real estate matters.
Thank you, Mr. Roos. Upcoming meeting dates, October 19th, communications, as Ms. Ackman mentioned in her report, 8:30 a.m. October 26th, legislative, 8:30 a.m. November 9th, curriculum, 8:30 a.m. November 11th, policy, 8:30 a.m. November 14th, education committee and supplementary regular board meeting, 8 p.m. November 17th, facilities and purchasing, 8:30 a.m. November 21st, regular business board meeting, 8 p.m. And November 30th, Communications Committee at 7 p.m. All will be held in the District Administration Building boardroom. I also want to announce that the Board of School Directors, as well as the Lower Merion Township Commissioners and Narberth Borough Council, will have its second intergovernmental structure meeting tomorrow, Tuesday, October 18th at 7 p.m. And this meeting, Lower Merion Township will be hosting, so it will be at the Township Building. It is advertised on our website, as well as a brief agenda, which includes our enrollment, Lower Merion School District enrollment update, pedestrian safety to be shared by all three governmental entities, and we will schedule our next meeting. We've had the intention on meeting at least quarterly, so 3 times per year, so that we can partner in some of the issues as they impact each of the 3 governmental entities. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.